The Nebuchadnezzar hovercraft was moored at the dock, a large hangar on the east side of the city of Zion. The Nebuchadnezzar floated alongside 7 other hovercrafts. Of the 7 ships, it was the smallest. There were several black cables running from the ship's main ports to the central station of the hangar. A number of personnel in black uniforms busied themselves inside the station. Neo was in his cabin, sitting up on his bed, staring at a picture of the old crew on his desk. He was dressed in a dark shirt and black pants and black boots. The cabin door slid open. Trinity stepped inside. "Morpheus cleared us," she said. "We're on leave until 2200 hours. "Yeah," said Neo, not looking up. "Neo," said Trinity, "you need off this ship. It's not healthy hanging around here all day." He looked up at her. "I have training," he said. "Let's go," she said. "I'm not letting you waste your leave this time. Come on. I know a place." He got to his feet. "Oh, yeah," he said. "Where?" "Trust me," she said and smiled. Trinity led Neo from his cabin to the lower deck, and from there to the main hatch. They stepped out of the hatch and onto the metal gangplank that ran along the outer ring of the hangar. "Where are we going?" asked Neo. "It's a nice place," said Trinity, leading him from the gangplank to a street that ran from the dock to the city. "Right up your alley." He frowned. "There's nothing nice about this slum," he said. "Come on," she said. "You're worse than Morpheus." They walked down a side street to a row of buildings illuminated by white LEDs. Trinity halted before a metal door. She knocked softly on it, and in a few seconds a bouncer opened the door from the inside. "Password," said the bouncer, a tall and muscular-looking man with an unshaven face. "Alpha 9872100, she said, voicing each number clearly. The bouncer stepped out of their way and held the door open for them. "Come," she said to Neo. He followed her down a dark hallway to another metal door. The door slid open automatically, revealing a large room with a high ceiling. Inside, rock music blared from speakers, and colorful lasers shot over the heads of a crowd of young men and women. "It's a bar," said Neo. "Yes," said Trinity, taking his hand and leading him to a glass counter. She took a seat on a stool, while Neo leaned against the counter. She held up 2 fingers to a young woman in a tight-fitting black jumpsuit behind the counter. "2 screwdrivers," she said. The young woman went away for a while and then came back with 2 shot glasses filled with a yellow liquid. She placed both shot glasses on the counter in front of Trinity. "You work too hard," said Trinity to Neo. "You need to relax." Neo shrugged. She picked up one of the shot glasses and quickly drained it. She cleared her throat. "Look," she said, "we're not going to beat the machines tonight. You got to relax." She pulled up another bar stool. "Relax." Neo took a seat beside Trinity. "That's better," said Trinity. "So," she said, "what did you see Morpheus for?" Neo glanced at her. "What?" he asked. "You said you needed to see Morpheus," she said. "That's the last thing you said before you left." Neo picked up the second shot glass and held it between his thumb and forefinger. He looked at the yellow fluid swirling in the glass. "I asked him about the war," he said. "How it started." "Oh," said Trinity. "What did he tell you?" "The same thing," he said. He took the shot and winced as the alcohol burned the back of his throat. He glanced at Trinity. "Did he ever tell you anything?" Trinity shook her head. "No," she said. She glanced at the young woman behind the counter. She was serving another guest. "You could check the archives." Neo faced her. "What's that?" he asked. "Like a library?" Trinity faced him, her blue eyes meeting his. "Yes," she said. Neo started to get up. "Hey," said Trinity, placing her hand on his thigh. "You're not going anywhere until we have another drink." Neo sat back down. "You're buying," he said.